Hello world, welcome to my channel, Proteus Augustus. I'm an artist, scientist, and American Constitutionist. And today is November 13th, 23. Getting ready to put some legal documents together, but I just want to make a comment, do a quick one on the absurdity of talking about Joe Biden being the president again, right? I mean, I suppose it's possible, but what people have to start understanding is it's impossible for human beings, right, to vote for that man. They're voting for a political party. They're voting for a fascist bureaucracy. Like I said before, you could put up a dog. Those fascist bureaucrats are running everything. He's not running anything. This is how we're going to lose our country. We're going to lose our country because these private political parties have been working for decades, over a century, to just take the freedom away from the American male. And that's all it is to it. They beat us down with all this feminism, right? Then they got in the institutions, right? I know. I fought the Soviets, man. I'm an old guy, right? I was in Germany. Anyways, so I seen shit, and this is what communism is. It's a fascist bureaucracy, right? And when I can't go to the authorities and tell them, listen, crimes are being committed against me, all kinds of shit's happening, I ain't got nothing to do with none of this. People are stalking me and everything, and I can't get nothing done. What does that tell you? I don't know what the hell, but they're gonna have to address it. I'll keep going across this country and find a court that will enforce my Bill of Rights, right? Because I'm not their slave, man. They don't get to use their powers, right? So really, that's what people are voting for. They're not voting for Joe Biden. Everybody knows he's a knucklehead. They knew he was a crook when they voted for him, right? The Democratic Party is a communist party. You have to start understanding that. It's an illegal political party. You can't have a political party in the country that exercises unconstitutional aims, right? That's like having Hamas in the United States. I mean, really, let's face it. We might, the Democratic Party or the Republican Party might not be Hamas. I'm making a point. These are political parties, and that's what people can't wrap their head around. They got all of these knuckleheads in the street talking about Palestine. There is no Palestine. Palestine was gone after World War II. We fought a world war, right? They lost, right? And if the Brits never gave oil rights to the Saudis because they found it, I mean, the Brits could have crushed the Saudis and taken it all. But that's not a Christian way, is it? So, but then the Muslims, they just take the money and they want to kill us off, right? Like I said before, this is what people are confused about. These are political parties, right? The fact that the Democratic Party exists in the United States does not mean it's an American political party anymore. Because it's not. It's not representing American interests. Look at Janet Yellen. I mean, she ain't the United States. She's a Democrat. She works for the Democratic Party. She doesn't work for the United States of America, the American people, right? So she's going to do what her people want her to do, right? They might be in power now, but our system will remove them eventually one way or the other because we have number two. They can't turn this country into a communist country. That's why we have number two. But they want to raise all these children to believe that this political party is the government. It is not. And I want people to start talking about this other than on YouTube. I want to see Fox News. I want to see CNN. All of these, they're propagandist arms now, right? I mean, Fox News is totally went, off the objective rail, right? I mean, once they got rid of Tucker Carlson, man, these people are in the tank for the Republicans. And now we got CNN, they're in the tank for the Democrats. Well, they're not Democrats, they're globalists. That's why Biden ain't doing shit, because the people in his party are paid to represent Hamas and represent all these other evil people in the world. They've taken over the Democratic Party. And that's why there's probably gonna be a civil war in this country. Because I'm old. I'll be, who knows, I'll probably get another cancer and be done before I can ever really do a lot of good at. I'm too busy fighting these people off. I mean, who the hell are these people? I gotta go to court and find out, right? Stalking me across state lines, interjecting themselves into my associations. No. Call me crazy all you want, man. I got my eyeballs on you. You see that thing up there? I have had my eyeballs on everything since I left Virginia, right? And like I said, some people been screwing with me a lot longer, right? My story is real deep, man. Real deep. You're all out there, man. You live your lives and that's your concept of what life is. I've dealt with some serious people in my day, right? And Joe Biden, I can't believe that any human being I've ever talked to, and I've been in all kinds of walks of life, right, that would ever think that man was sane. How is he getting elected? Not voting for him, voting for a political party. That's a threat to the United States citizen, right? The American citizen more. Because you could be a United States citizen and be, preaching for Hamas in the street, right? Saying that they want to kill all the Jews. That ain't freaking happening, man. Listen, when I was in Germany, I'll tell you a few things, right? These freaking neo-Nazis, right? You ain't gonna find nobody. You might find a couple of dudes that might have known me, right? But, I ain't gonna tell my whole fucking story, but, I feel a little fucking antsy this morning, right? Because I'm tired of all this bullshit, man. Really. These neo-Nazis, like in Germany, I mean, some of these guys, you gotta deal with some of this shit sometimes, right? And then, I came across this real Nazi. He was like 70 years old. And this was right outside of Boston. And he was on my ass over there by, I think it was like Malden or Everett. I forget. Down by Wellington Circle, you could look over and see the whole city of Boston. It's a really nice view. And nobody goes up there, right? At least, some people. And there's a cemetery over the other way. I think there's a cemetery over there. I'm not sure. But I was going up the mountain. And this guy's on my ass. It's like, this guy, he had to be like 70 something, man. Fit as you. He's tracking me up the freaking mountain, right? I turn around. I'm like, back then, I still had I was down to one leg, but, I was pretty stout, man. I'm small right now, okay, compared to what I was. And, I turned around and I confronted the guy. I said, "Hey, dude, what's up, man?" Like he just climbing up. Oh shit! Turns out this guy was a fucking Nazi, man. Right? And he said he flew in the Luftwaffe, right? But he's lying. No, this guy was a killer, right? He was on my ass like he just fucking playing for sport, like a cat. I mean, really, serious as a heart attack, right? I was like, nah, dude, no, this isn't happening, man. Well, he thought he got smart, right? Because listen, when push comes to shove, dudes want to find out, who's got the ball sack and who don't, right? Don't pull yours out on me, right? Right? If you got business with me, bring it to the courthouse, right? Well, we could talk about it. Right? Right now I got these people interloped on some people around here, and I know about it. These people are not very smart. They're not men, really, because nobody gonna come up to me and say, "Hey, you see that guy over there? How about you go and see if you can get him to go down the street with you, or isolate him somehow, right? Now that's the way I view it, right? Because I got no intent to be hanging around with no freaking dudes, man. I got my own shit going on. I got my own path. Ain't no dude gonna help me on my path. I make my own money in this world, right? I mean, I ain't got a lot right now, but I got enough to mind my own business. You don't see me asking these people questions and shit, except when people start interloping, right? They they want to get my attention. They get my attention, right? Why? Who am I? You know, I don't even have that many followers on YouTube, right? No, I know who some of these people are. Right? I don't know their names. I can't know their names because you're talking about decades of shit, right? I mean, I try to just get on my life, and some people, you know, you could tell them, you know. So, anyways, you know, lots gonna be coming out about some of the shit I can pin down now and what happened since I left Virginia, because it's not looking good for the VA, man. Right? And people trying to clip me, right? And I ain't having it. So I'm gonna seeing as how it's public record on this guy that pulled the firearm on me. I was gonna do a video on that, like I said before, and I just want to think about it because I don't think I'm violating any of his rights, and I'm really not happy with the prosecuting attorney. I don't know what the judge is gonna do, right? But she has an opportunity to do the right thing, in my opinion. But I have to appeal to that person, right? But it's already been filed. It's public record. So I want to talk about that. You know, I just got things going on. But anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up. Listen, these are political parties, right? The Israelis just want to be left alone and have a good life for their people. They're not, you know, these other people, they want to dominate. That's what they believe in, right? And they want to keep fighting the war over and over and over again. And if they were there, look, the Jews have been there, like I said, in the Old Testament, man. That's why they wrote it. They were fighting people off all the time. Nobody beat the Romans, man. And if I had my way and I was the president, ain't nobody gonna beat the United States of America, right? And let me tell you something. If I was the president, I would use police powers under the War Powers Act, even against some of these political parties in this country, because we can't allow people like Yellen, Mayorkas, all of the Bidens, the Biden family. That's why we had a revolution. They're essentially acting like monarchs. When a family can just disregard the entire system, or the entire system has just been taken over by a political party. And that's really what's happened here. It's not just Joe Biden. The entire political party has been taken over by foreign interests. He's just their puppet. Somebody that's willing to do whatever it takes to feed his face, right? Because in the end, he's gonna die like everybody else, and he ain't gonna write history. Not for the Christian man, anyway. Even if there's only a couple of us left in the mountains hiding somewhere, like, you know, the Essenes, or you know, I think that's the name of them, right? Guys that did the Dead Sea Scrolls, you know, the Sons of Light, or whatever that is. Listen, there's a lot more to, you know, when even like, you know, hey, I gotta wrap this up, I'm getting a feel. But anyways, yeah, so all of these things, even like the things I talk about, like Christianity, it's what I believe in, right? But my belief system isn't something that has been done to oppress anyone. If anything, it's created a free country. It's created a republic with a constitution to give individuals rights. And what they're taking it from us people, right? You know, so the fact that these people are really talking about Biden getting elected, Biden ain't getting elected. A communist party, a fascist bureaucracy is getting elected. And the Republicans are right there too, right? They're not fighting for us. You know, they're taking our money and they're paying people off, right? And they don't know how to fight wars anymore because it's hard for me to accept. I mean, I'm not saying it's true, but there's a lot of evidence that these people just want to keep fighting wars because it's more profitable. I mean, really, listen, we could destroy this whole freaking planet if we want, conventionally. Never mind. If we still got GM anyway, so we can still make some shit. Right? And that's the only reason why I was for the bailout, because we can't let our industry go. We won't be able to fight wars. If we can't make steel, we can't fight wars, just like Trump said. That's why I voted for him. You know, this guy, well, who cares what he does with himself? You know, if he gonna fight for our liberties and our freedoms in this world, we need a man like him. And that's why he gonna be the next president, not Biden. If Biden's the next president, it's another rigged election, man. These people, you think the guy to take that kind of money and sell his country down the river wouldn't rig an election? Believe me, there's plenty of evidence of it, right? Plenty. And he didn't win by much, right? So he really got his ass kicked. It's just all a fraud. And I don't care what anybody says. They can take it down. I'm a human being. You know, like any human being in history, I have the right to document my view on seeing what's happening. I mean, hell, they own the computer, but I own this phone. And I don't give my phones up, right? So, you know, listen, somebody got to tell the tale the way they see it. I ain't on the Republicans or the Democrat side. I'm on the side of the Republic, right? And the Republic might have to use, the military might have to do something. Because these communists will just let the CCP walk right in here. I mean, that's what I'm feeling. There's nothing that the CCP could do on this planet that the Democratic Party would disagree with, right? And when we have 188 Democrats that won't sanction Hamas, a evil political party, listen, this country's already at war. How are we going to declare war when we have 188 people in the House of Representatives that aren't for the United States of America? Never mind the Republic. They live here, right? They think they're going to survive and dominate us, apparently. But anyways, yeah, so, no. Start focusing on political parties. They're not the government. We are the government. We need to do something to stop these people, right? They are not the government, right? They're political animals that are selling us down the river. Till next time, think free, be free, and eat free.